Oh, okay. So to avoid the echo, I think switch off the. I will mute you. Just mute yourself. So when I ask question or when you want to, ask any question, you could just signify then so that we can control the echo from there. I think it's okay now. So first of all, who is this program for? This program is made for three categories of people. Number one are rookies, those who do not have any IT background, those who are just hearing about the this IT stuff for the first time, trying to make their way into the field. Then the second are the beginners, those who are in the IT, but somehow they want to go into the field of cybersecurity. Then we have the last class, which is the working professionals, those who are already in a field, for example, your own field of security, some people who are in the banking sector who are already working, and they are looking for ways to update their resume, their skill sets, probably for one reason or the other. Traveling, new work, new career, new salary scale, so on and so on. So I already know the category the both of you are in. The both, in fact, the both of you should might able to identify with beginners and working professionals. But for the benefit of that, we do ask everyone. So I'm still going to ask Uncle Martins, which category are you in? You can unmute now. Uncle Martins? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, which category are you in?
I didn't get it, sir. It was still breaking. Boom.
You said?
I didn't get you, sir.
Okay. Uncle Dan, did you
Hello,
hear
sir.
what I said? Yes, I heard you.
No,
I
sir.
wanted to know if Immortal heard what I said.
No, sir.
Okay. So I was explaining the three categories of people that this program is for. This program is for first rookies.
Okay.
Rookies are those who are not in the IT environment but want to come into the field. So everything is almost new to them. Then beginners are those who are in the IT field or IT industry. Probably the first degree was something around IT, um, either computer, either engineering, all sorts. While the working professionals are those who are currently working and they want to have an added cap, maybe for traveling or maybe for new career path, maybe for new salary or whatever. So, and I'm asking, which group do you belong to? You can belong to two or even one of them. So, which do you belong
Okay, I understand now. I belong to group 1 and 3.
to? Okay. Immortal,
Yeah,
are you the one that just answered?
that is not important, sir.
I'm trying so hard to hear what you say, but so far as you're hearing me, let's forge ahead. But I will be asking questions, and we are going to be interacting frequently in the program. So, okay. Now, the duration of the program is this is a template we use for earlier programs. So, it is meant for 8 classes. There are those who are taking it one class per week. So, it's going to be for them 8 weeks, while some are taking two classes per week. It's going to be for them 4 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 4 weeks. And you already know which one you are having in. And today is Thursday. So your first class is starting on Thursday, 8 p.m. or let's say 8:30 p.m. So your next class also will be determined by how flexible your time is. So we are going to work on that also. So there are learning goals in the program, and apart from what we set up as our own learning goals for our students, every student should also have in mind or add some more learning goals to themselves for the program. So first of all, we're going to go through the foundations of cybersecurity. You will get essential basic knowledge about the field and the concepts, including an understanding of what threats, vulnerabilities, and defense mechanisms are out there. We'll also look into lightly into Security Operations Center, which we will understand the role of a SOC. Security Operations Center stands for SOC, SOC, SOC. So we will understand how it operates and its importance in safeguarding organizations. Then we will get on to do hands-on lab where you learn to set up a home lab, conduct network mapping, port scanning, enumeration, and scanning with tools like Nmap and Wireshark. Meanwhile, I think a basic good laptop should be around, you can get a good laptop around um, 40, 50, 60,000. So I'm talking about Uncle Mota. You might want to invest on that also, especially before our practicals begin. Just put your mind towards it and it's going to come out because you you will need to experience this. The settings, for example, now if we start and Uncle Martin starts the settings and starts the practical, so the system might not be able to take two types of settings. So once you go through the settings, you've gone through the settings. Ehen. So it's not as though as it's going through the settings after then you now come and still go through your own settings. So it will always be uh, appreciated if such investments will be made. But nevertheless, we will make do with what we have until we get better. Then also, I also want to let us know that the classes are being recorded. Currently, this class is recorded, meaning at the end of the class, probably in 24 hours or thereabout, the recordings will be made available to everyone. So that if there are places you didn't catch up in the class, you will have the recordings to catch up. Then also, at any point where you have question, please don't hesitate to ask. Always ask for clarity's sake. Then, when there are assignments and homework, try as much as possible to do them because they form the basics on which your learning is grounded. And you already know the teacher can only give you at most 50 to 60%. Then, for you to attain um, good, you have to go the extra mile. And going the extra mile is what makes us different from every other person. Okay, going ahead, we're still going to go through hands-on penetration testing with Bob Suite. Okay, we'll be using industry tools which makes it easier for us and our students to relate with the outside world, probably when you get a job or when you get into the field. The tools that you will see will not be all that strange because during your boot camp, you already tested some of them, at least in a granular level. So one of those tools, like I mentioned earlier, is Nmap. You might also have an opportunity to use Wireshark. Then offshorely, we will have opportunity to use Bob Suite, okay, to identify and exploit vulnerabilities. We'll also explore hands-on platforms. These are the places where, at the end of your program, when you graduated, these are the places where you will be going to do day-to-day practicals, day-to-day practicals. And the good thing is they are all free for starting, except when you want to do heavy stuff, then you could now subscribe to their premium versions. But for a starter, there is more than enough to do on the free versions of these platforms. So at the end of this program, you should be able to have a good idea of where you want to focus and where you want to specialize in cybersecurity. And you'll be shocked that some of the things that we'll be doing, maybe after a year, you'll be shocked that it's you'll be like, oh, if this boot camp, as little as it is, touched these areas, then it must be very loaded because when you go into more specialized parts of the program, you will find some of the basic things that we will go through today. You will still meet them along the road. Okay, so there are some proceeds. Hmm, there are some proceeds that you will be looking at having. First, you will get the certificate of bootcamp completion, which will be a certificate to recognize your successful completion of the bootcamp, which is not an easy feat. It is not. And also, you will get the ISC2 certified in cybersecurity um, certifications. There are two. One is a, a completion certification from them. The second is the licensed certification, also from them. The only difference is the first one, which is completion, is just like a mock exam. You write it from your house. But the second one, which is the licensed one, you have to go sit for the exam. I think for some of us who are in Lagos and in Lekki around, there is a writing center in Ekate area. You go sit for the exam. You need to score at least 70. You need to score 70 and above. If you score 70, you've passed, and that 70 is translated to 700. So uh, I think their marking system is very fantastic. And I believe we also have to support you with all the materials you need to sit for the exam, the trainings, extra materials that you need to sit for the exam will be provided for you also. You will also get follow-up and support from both our WhatsApp group and personal guidance. So officially, again, welcome to week one. Any questions before we continue?
Thank you so much, sir. We are following.
Okay, good. Thank you. So in week one, we'll look at basically the introduction to cybersecurity, the basic stuff. We'll also talk a little bit about Security Operations Center. Then we will also be able to make plans for week two. Week two, we are going to deal, when I mean week two, for you guys, it will be class two. So in the next class, we're going to deal so heavily in SOC, Security Operations Center. We're going to talk about it so much because it is a very broad topic and of which it forms the layer or the background to which some of us might want to continue our specialized field in. So the topic Security Operations Center is a very interesting one. So we're going to be dealing with it in the next class, but we will introduce it in this class today. So what is cyber security? In a layman's language, what is cyber security? We say that it refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attack. In fact, let me add, protecting both humans and organizations from digital attack. I was discussing with someone lately and I told the person you can hack a system and also you can hack an individual. So, can anybody try to see if you can know the difference between hacking a system and hacking an individual? How do you think it works? Someone should give it a try.
I only have a little knowledge that maybe a system can be hacked. So I don't know how an individual can be hacked.
Okay, interesting. Oh, okay, Martha, what do you think?
Now, uh, I think how a person can be hacked manipulating the person.
Is by I didn't get you. Come again.
I have one of knowledge of how a person can be hacked.
Okay. Anyway, it is very simple. The system can be hacked in the sense that let's even look about the possibility of hacking a system because for a I am now it's nice I'm talking to security officials. For you to infiltrate this building, what are the things that should be in place for this house to be successfully robbed? So this is the fence.
Mhm.
So what are the factors or what are the things that should be in place for this house to be successfully robbed?
Regularity.
Please answer. Yes.
Looking at it, we have to study. It's what we call modus operandi. We have to study and know if what type of door is used, when do the occupants go out, how many security do they have there, what time do they sleep, or what time do everybody leave. It is when we gather enough information about here before we can say,
Emota, do you agree with him?
yes, sir. I'm agreeing
Everything
with
you
sir. Yes, sir.
said now, everything you said now is what this word means. Vulnerabilities. You have to find the angles or the places where this house, this building is vulnerable. Is it through the security post? Is it through the doors? Is it through the lighting system? Is it through the individuals? So once you gather enough information about the vulnerabilities of this house, then you will now go ahead and build your plan. And then you will launch the plan. So for this building to be hacked, there must be holes, HOLE, holes or weaknesses or vulnerabilities. For a human being also to be hacked, there needs to be a weakness. And most times that weakness is the heart. Someone calls you all of a sudden and starts sounding urgent. And something wants to spoil, they need to do this and that before it spoils. The person is trying to hack you. And once the person finds you vulnerable, the action takes place. Someone calls you from the bank and tells you, I'm calling you from the bank, I need you, we are trying to secure your this, we are doing this. The person, out of fear or out of pity or out of whatever, gives in to the threat actor and the person gets hacked. So when a system is hacked, we say that, of course, is normal hacking. It has been bypassed. So, but when a human being is hacked, we call it social engineering. The person has been worked on. Social engineering. So, social engineering can come in form of text. It can come in form of calls, etc. And we'll look into them more and more. So that is one of the basic. If you look at everything we are going to be looking at, we are going to be treating, you will find how they connect one to another, one to another, one to another.
So bad we can't get you again, sir.
You said? I didn't get you. Come again.
But the network is so bad. We are breaking for some time now. We are not hearing you.
Interesting. Okay. Thank God we are recording the class. So when you are rewatching it, it's not going to be breaking. It is straightforward because my network here, I think I'm using
Okay.
a landline network and it's strong. So that is the reason why we also record the class so that there will not be any break in transmission. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So nothing is lost, it's all recorded. You will see when you are watching it again, you will get the whole factors and everything I explained. So cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, and please confirm that you are seeing my screen that I'm sharing. Are you seeing the screen?
No, sir.
No or yes?
No, sir.
Interesting. I mean,
Immortal own is showing. My own is not showing.
your one is showing what?
Immortal own is showing, but my own is not showing.
Okay, that is network issue from you people's angle. So just bear with the class. When you get the recording, everything will be showing very well from here. Okay. So cybersecurity,
Yeah.
like I said, refers to the
It's
practice
showing
of,
now. Mine it's gone.
yes, just manage it. Cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems, networks, organizations, human beings from digital attacks. These attacks are usually aimed at accessing, changing, or destroying sensitive information, extorting money from users, or even interrupting normal business processes. By the time these attacks happen, they tend to do these things. Sometimes they access what they are not supposed to be
Let's
accessing.
listen to
They change what they are not meant to be changing. They destroy sensitive information and also, to an extent, extort money from their victims. Also, they interrupt normal business processes. Note, in today's interconnected world, cybersecurity is critical to ensuring the safety and security of our digital lives. Why does cybersecurity matter? Why? Why does it matter? Protection of data, number one. Cybersecurity ensures that sensitive information remains confidential and is not accessed by unauthorized individuals. Protection of data. That's one of the key reasons why cybersecurity remains one of the main reasons why it is of a great importance. Even outside the country, they hold it as great esteem. Another reason why cybersecurity matters is business continuity. Companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running smoothly. Companies rely on cybersecurity to keep their operations running smoothly, preventing costly downtimes during cyber attacks. Another reason why cybersecurity matters is national security. Protecting critical infrastructure and national interests from cyber threats is a matter of national security. Why does cybersecurity matters? With these few points, you could see that cybersecurity is not just about one individual or one company. It also goes ahead to extend to um, nations. Nations don't take the attack lightly. Any question? Any question? I didn't hear you. I'm still waiting for a response. Any question?
No,
No,
sir. No,
sir. No,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
We
Thank
are
we
you.
are
following.
following, sir, because
Okay.
it's self-explanatory.
It's all right. Thank you very much. Now, core concepts in cybersecurity. Core concepts in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has three foundations in which everything revolves around it. For example, the three of them are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We call them in short CIA, and they stand for C stands for confidentiality, I stands for integrity, while A stands for um, availability. This will come out in the exam. So while we are doing the training, the questions that are liable to come out in the exam will still openly let you know so that you be aware of them and keep them to mind. So this particular question will come out in the exam. They might ask you, what is the meaning of CIA? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. They are the three foundations in which cybersecurity operates in. Yeah. Say that they are the core concepts of cybersecurity, the CIA triad. So, confidentiality ensures that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permission. Confidentiality ensures that sensitive data is only accessible to those with the appropriate permission. For example, encrypting sensitive emails so that only the intended recipients can read them. The second concept is integrity. Integrity maintains the accuracy and completeness of data. For example, using technologies like checksum or hash function to ensure that a file has not been tampered with. Sometimes people will deny that they've not tampered with a document, but with technologies in this field, we can actually know if this mail, if this email, or if this letter has been tampered with. We can find that out also. Availability plays a role to ensure that data and systems and all these things we are trying to keep secure, availability ensures that they are made available when needed. For example, some websites or some organizations, they have redundant systems in place so that if anything happens to their original systems, these spare tires or spare ones will be flung into action. And that is the CIA triad that we just explained. Let's look into a more common use case. We'll use a hospital's patient database. Or, for example, we use um, okay, let's use a hospital's database. Confidentiality ensures that only doctors and authorized personnel can access patient record. Confidentiality ensures that only doctors and authorized personnel can access patient records. It will not be nice that the gate man who is at the gate has access to the patient's records. The gate man is only authorized to keep record of those who come in and leave the facility. That's his ledger book, that is ledger attendance book at the gate. It is for him, and that is where his class and level of operation ends. He has no business with um, important documents inside the hospital. So confidentiality ensures that that is being kept. while integrity ensures that the data that has been entered by one doctor isn't altered by another doctor, either accidentally or maliciously. Now, what I mean by altering, I don't mean a consented altering, I mean by mistake. If someone comes in and probably the doctor that attended to you earlier is not on seat, then another doctor attends to you and also updates your record. But when a record is being tampered with mistakenly, then it is not, that document is no more holding the fluid of integrity. So we look at availability ensures that the database, this document is accessible even when there is an emergency. Even when there is an emergency. So that is on CIA triad, which is the core concept and bedrock of cybersecurity. Everything we'll be doing in the industry will be revolving around confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We are entering threats and vulnerabilities. Any question on the CIA triad? Any question on the CIA triad?
No questions, I clear.
Okay, let's move ahead then. A vulnerability, just like I explained earlier, is a weakness or flaw in an operating system, in a network, in an organization, or even an application. That is what the word vulnerability in this field stands for. When you go ahead to simplify it, we'll say weak points in your computer or in your network that hackers can exploit. Example, when you use weak passwords, it's just like leaving your front door unlocked. Or more so, using, after building your duplex, you use plywood as your door. That is a very big weakness. So, vulnerability is a weakness or flaw in a system. Now, the word threat actor is someone who tries to exploit vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access. Mark the word unauthorized access. Unauthorized access. A threat actor is someone who tries to exploit the vulnerabilities of a system to gain unauthorized access. Is a threat actor, not a hacker. In this field, there is a difference between a hacker and a threat actor. They are not the same. It is the people outside in the community, outside in the world that do not know that call them the same thing. So A threat actor is one who exploits the vulnerabilities of a system to gain an unauthorized access. Meanwhile, a hacker does the same but is being authorized to do it. And the hackers in the industry are majorly their work is to find out these vulnerabilities and flaws in the system so that they will find it and they will fix it. They do find and fix. Meanwhile, the threat actor does find and exploit for selfish reasons, of course. So when the society out there says, oh, someone hacked my system, they are actually the right word, industry word is a threat actor had access or hacked your system, not a hacker. They say, oh no, there is a hacker that hacked my system. No. A hacker is someone that is being employed to do this job solely for protection basis to exploit the weaknesses in a system, then fix them. So in the industry, you will be coming across the word threat actor more. So when you see the word threat actor, you should already remember that the threat actor is the one who gains unauthorized access to do the illegal stuff, the bad stuff. Meanwhile, a hacker is a professional who does security works and also does some hardcore works too. Any question or any confusion about that? Any question or any confusion about that?
It's understood, sir.
Okay, good. The link says, I think, 15 minutes. So before it ends, I will send link 2 in the group. We'll use link 2 and summarize the class. So just stay aware. Once the class, the call, the link of the call ends, we use the second link in the group that I'm going to send to complete the class. So, but let's keep on going and see whether we complete before the link expires. Note, security vulnerabilities can arise for many reasons. It can arise due to misconfigurations. It can arise due to design flaws. It can arise due to outdated software versions. It can also arise due to carelessness of human beings involved. In fact, in the chain of weaknesses, human beings are the human beings are actually the weakest point in security. The weakest point in security. Human beings are actually the weakest point in security. So basic security measures, of course, we are in tune with using strong passwords, creating complex passwords and changing them regularly to prevent unauthorized access. Regularly updating your softwares. This one, most people, I know most people in our country, they try to stay away from updating their software, but they are doing themselves harm. Keeping your software up to date with the latest patches to close vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. There are words here that we'll pick up. We see the word um, patch. Let me get over here. See the word patch. Patches. Okay, the first was update. Then we had patches. Then we have what is to close vulnerabilities. Patching means to close up vulnerabilities. VU vulnerabilities. So when there is a system patch, it means they are patching up, they've scanned the system, they've found some vulnerabilities, and they've fixed it. That fixing is called patching. Patching in the industry. That fixing is called patching. So when the companies have patched their systems, they send out an update or upgrade on the Play Store. Now, when you want to use the app, it will tell you you have an update, update your software. Most people will say, no, they want to suck my data will finish. And they will end up using an old model of that product which has vulnerabilities. They will end up using product older versions. And of course, if there is any attack on the system or on their own part, they would fall victim because their app or the product they have is not a newer version that has closed up some of the patches that has been found. And that is why we say here that regular software updates to keep your software up to date with the latest patches to close up vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. Then also, please, we encourage safe browsing. Avoid suspicious websites, avoid suspicious links, and also avoid downloading anyhow so that you will reduce the risk of malware infections. Avoid suspicious links. I think during our next class, we are going to see how to verify, we are going to practically see how to verify um, spam or malicious links. We will see it, you'll practice it, you'll see how it is done. So that ongoing, if someone sends you a link, you can verify if this link is malicious or not. If someone sends you a file that you think you don't trust, you would take that file and perform the analysis on it to know if it is worth opening or not. We are going to all do that in the next class. So, any questions on threats and vulnerabilities before we move over to Introduction to Security Operations Center? Any questions? Any questions?
No, sir. It's clear. We are following, sir.
Okay. So, Introduction to Security Operations Center. What is SOC? A Security Operations Center is a centralized unit, just like we have the SWAT, Special Weapon and Tactics. We have the CIA, Central Intelligence, whatever. Then in Nigeria, I think, I don't know some of our own because they've not been advertising most of our special units. I know they have the RRR, the Rapid Response, RRS, yes. We have the Rapid Response Squad. We also have some other special forces and squads. So the Security Operations Center is a centralized unit that deals with security issues in an organization and also in technical levels. So their primary job role or the primary function of a SOC is to monitor, to detect, to analyze, and to respond to cybersecurity incidents. Their job role is to monitor, detect, analyze, and respond to cybersecurity incidents using a combination of technology solutions and a strong set of processes. You're going to be using some combination of technologies, solutions, and processes. And when I mean processes, there have to be like steps on how to do this and how to do that. So when you go into a job of a SOC analyst, these are the kind of things you expect to be doing. And we stand also to say that the SOC environment is one of the easiest or less demanding skill set for a cybersecurity personnel. So SOC has is a low hanging fruit for people who wants to go into the field without much load. Yeah, yeah. So the basic roles within a SOC, and that reminds me also, this material is also made available in your folder. So at the end of the class, a folder will be created for your batch. Inside that folder, you will get the materials that you need throughout the program. You also get the link to the recording of your classes at every point in time that the classes are being recorded. So the materials are also available in your folder so that it will aid your learning process. So the basic roles within a SOC environment. We have the SOC analyst. Like I said, we are going to dig deep into SOC in our next class. So we have the SOC analyst, and their job is to monitor the network for suspicious activity and respond to alerts. That's what they do. We also have the incident responders, just like the fire responders. These professionals manage the response to security incidents, such as data breaches or malware infections. Then we have the threat hunters. They proactively search for vulnerabilities and potential threats that may not have been detected by automated systems. In your next class, we will talk about the three uh, areas that one can actually, the three core, or let's say the four major areas one can, you know, diversify into. You can either choose to be on the blue team or the red team, and also or the purple team, or even in the policies and legal arm of cybersecurity. So these are some things we might look at on the next class. So more on the SOC will be coming on our next class, where we are going to dig deep into SOC and how they work, what they do. So some of those things will be dealt very extensively in that class. We have cybersecurity has a legal arm, and that legal arm is called the GRC. The GRC. GRC stands for Governance, Risk, and Compliance. GRC. Governance, Risk, and Compliance. So this arm or this section is uh, responsible for drafting policies, audits, SOPs. That's interesting. On Comatins, you're going to do well also in GRC. This is good business for you because here SOPs and auditing and policies, they play very important role. In fact, these are more of the executive level office jobs. So alongside with your interest in the SOC, this area too is going to be very good for you. So we'll look into it a little bit by tomorrow. You said?
Noted, sir.
Okay, there are two classwork for today. I think we've come for the end of the class. The first classwork is find out which bodies in Nigeria sets the standards for how companies handle personal data. There are some bodies or maybe a body or an arm or an anchor that sets standards of how companies handle personal data. Read them up and you send me, when you read them up, you do a summary, a short summary, sent to my WhatsApp. Okay. Then the second assignment will be to list out 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. 10 vulnerabilities and 10 threats in cybersecurity. And at this juncture, we will come to the end of your first class. Like I said, get yourself prepared. The journey ahead is an interesting one and also a very tasking one. So thank you very much. If there are any questions, feel free to be on my DM, ask them. I will answer you accurately. But now, I think our time has elapsed for today's class. Good night, guys.
All
All
right.
right,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, sir.
Yeah, good night.
What an
It's
interesting
quite
one.
an interesting one, sir.
It's all right.